So there are various reports there on Monday that Vladimir Klitschko was on the verge, or that he had signed a contract with the Zone for 3 fights worth something like 120 million. Now, I was actually about to cover this on the channel, had the audio and all recorded, and then it came out that it was a Ukrainian kind of media tabloid who published the story, then claimed it was an April Fool's joke. So hence the reason why I didn't upload the video. You didn't see it. I just didn't see the point in doing it. Everyone knew it was fake news. So basically, in the immediate time frame since then, Deontay Wilder has come out and given a few interviews to various sources in the media, saying that he feels that if Klitschko comes back, he wouldn't fight. He wouldn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. He's talking about Klitschko now. Now, there's an article here on Boxing Scene, and I'm actually going to quote Deontay Wilder here. It says, "Look, Klitschko, when he fought Joshua, he was out for 2 years, and he came back and lost and stuff. So he's got to build himself back up. He can only live off his name for so long. You get to the point where you're the fighter that used to be where you was. I can't say used to be because he's still somebody. He's still Klitschko. He's done amazing things in his career, and you can't take that back. Even when I went to camp with him, I learned a lot of things from him, so you can never take that from him. But the fighting scene. When he comes back, he's got to build himself back up, especially with someone like me. I'm coming in for the kill. I ain't playing around with nobody. I think he'll want that fight, to be honest, in my opinion. Klitschko had many times to challenge me. Every time he comes back, I should say, sorry. Ain't nobody mentioning Deontay Wilder's name, because they know that is a tough fight. I put everybody in the position where they'll have to train harder than they ever trained before." Those are Deontay Wilder's words there. Now, I want to touch on a few things. I mean, if that's either like typos in that or Deontay Wilder, because it's not making some of the things he's saying there aren't making any sense. He's just repeating himself. And I also want to touch on the fact he was saying that Klitschko had several attempts to fight Wilder and, didn't want it, essentially, is what he's saying. Well, I do remember at one stage, I think it was either before or after Klitschko fought Jennings, that he had the chance, I think, to fight Deontay Wilder or vice versa. I think it was Wilder's team who said that. I think even Wilder himself said he still felt like a contender. And, they needed to, kind of keep building, so to speak. Words to that effect anyway. So, I don't know where Deontay Wilder comes out with stuff like that, but it's Deontay Wilder. He says a lot of things. Deontay Wilder, as good a fighter as he is, as good a puncher as he is, he's a bit kind of like Tunde Ajayi, only a more toned down version. He just kind of rambles on and says things that, could leave a bad taste in certain people's mouths. How would I see a fight with him and Klitschko going like this minute in time? Well, if Klitschko was to come back and maybe have one rehabilitation fight to kind of get, his hands, warm again, and then fought Wilder, I'd still make Wilder favourite, to be honest with you. I think that at 43, Klitschko is just too old. He's been out of the ring for a very long time, and I think Father Time, as they say, is undefeated. And even at this stage in Klitschko's career, even though he's not really had any major beatings, even though he's still, for 43, reasonably fresh, even though for 43 he was still 41 at the time, he was able to, give Anthony Joshua all he could handle. I still think that, you have a young, fresh champion in Deontay Wilder. I don't think, it could be a competitive fight, don't get me wrong. I mean, Klitschko would definitely be able to outbox Wilder, but I just think that the reflexes might not be there. And I think that at this stage, you'd probably look at Deontay Wilder winning. If we we'll say, the Klitschko who fought Joshua, I'd pick him to beat Deontay Wilder, definitely. But we don't have that. We have, an older Klitschko now who we don't even know is coming back. And personally, I don't think he will. I think Klitschko is around the gyms. I think he's toying with the idea, but I can't see him coming back. I just can't do it. I just can't see him coming back. So, again, we'll probably never see this fight. If it happened now, I would make Deontay Wilder favourite to win that fight. Obviously, given the fact that we have an older Klitschko who's, not in his prime. But if you're talking about a Klitschko of a couple of years back, he has a field day with Wilder. Field day. So those are my thoughts on this. Leave your thoughts down below. And as always, if you liked the video, please leave a like, share it. If you felt it was useful, thanks again for dropping by the channel. Please hit subscribe. And as always, I'll talk to you after.